Greetings, Padwans and plebeians. Welcome to the chance of a lifetime, the Cannabis Detox podcast.
All right, so I'm fucking around with making little JavaScript games, and sometimes I'm kind of like beating myself up in my head, like this is just like a pipe dream. It's just like a total waste of my time. I'm never gonna be able to get any sort of real thing done. The games that I imagine in my head, it's just a waste of time. Even if I can make them, everybody's going to hate them. They're going to be total failures. It's like all this time, I should have been doing something more realistic, instead of playing out this dream like I'm a child. And then, I remember this blog post, this article, and this article is so impactful that I'm considering getting it printed on a poster or possibly canvas and framing it and putting it on my bedroom wall so I wake up to it every morning. This post is about a 35-year-old computer programmer. This man had been programming professionally for 13 years at this point in his life. In some time in his past, he had spent 3 years as a Flash developer. All right. So this is a story of his complete and utter failure not even as a game developer. I don't think he's even a failure as a game developer, but just a complete and utter failure as a human being. And it shows you that, like, when there's people like this who are just, well, okay, let's just talk about, okay. So the guy's taught. This is in 2017, it's a few years back. This guy spent. This guy quits his job. Okay, this guy quits his job. He spends his life savings to follow his dream to become an independent game developer. And he's not like. Yeah, he's 30. He's in his 30s. Okay, he's in his 30s. This was always the plan. Is the thing. This is his lifelong dream. The whole reason he was working as a game developer was that he could save up to do this. I mean, the guy went to college, got a degree. It's just. I mean, the article is on Gamasutra. .com. It's by Kevin. He's got some bullshit last name. It's like, dude, come on. How am I supposed? What am I? Giguere? Is it Italian or is it Hispanic? I don't know. Is it Latinx? Or is it? Whatever. I'm not gonna say it. Anyway, so this guy. He spends $85,000. He spends $85,000 making a fucking web game or something. Not a web game, some sort of making an indie game. You probably put it on Steam. He spent $85,000 hiring like musicians and artists. What the? He makes $5,000. He quits his job, spends $85,000 to make $5,000 on an indie game. It's like, fuck, dude, fuck. If I came to you, okay, Rose, if I came to you, like I know you, fuck you, people, you fucking, who the fuck is listening to this? What kind of fucking loser is listening to a programming podcast? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so basically, if I came to my friend, or if you're, and I went to my friend and I came to my friend. If I went to my friend and I said, hey, check this out, bro. I fucking made a video game and I sold it and I made $5,000, dude. My friend would be like, well, fuck yeah. If my friend came to me, same thing. It's like, that's fucking cool, dude. That's a cool thing to do. Comes to me, if I meet someone, if I'm like out and I, whatever, just making small talk and I meet some person, I find out that they made a video game and they made $5,000 off of it. And and get this, dude, he made another $2,000. People donated on Twitch. Donated to them. Donated $2,000. It's like, wow, people donated $2,000. Yeah, that's rad, dude. That's a rad story. And then it's like you ruin it when you're like, oh yeah, I spent $85,000 to do it. It's like, what the? It's like the dude was the programmer. That's all you need. That's the game. It's like one thing if you don't know how to program, right? And you gotta hire someone to code. Then I can imagine, yeah, you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, fine, tens of thousands. Yeah, of course. Hell, I mean, if you had a team of people, a whole team of programmers can easily cost you $1 million. I mean, if you got people making six figures and you got 25 people working for you, I mean, come on. Anyway, the idea that like, but yeah, this guy, like, it's just the saddest fucking story. It's the saddest story because it's like the guy was a success, but because he's such a fucking idiot of a human being, because he's such an incompetent fuck. He got this idea in his head that making a video game, an indie game specifically, because it's not like he was trying to make some sort of AAA game. He was trying to make an indie game. Required this sort of like project manager, as he puts it in his blog. I mean, you got to read the sad shit. The title is Year One: My Full-Time Indie Developer Life. This article will give you hope for yourself like nothing you've ever experienced in your life, like nothing the fucking that Jesus can do for you, or crack, or or whatever the fuck, or whatever you're into, I've seen those websites with the whatever. I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying nothing will give you motivation like reading this fucking blog post, because this guy is just it. I mean, yeah, and it just means go for it. I mean, go for it. I mean, make the stupid fucking game. I mean, apparently you can make $5,000. If this idiot, listen to me. If this fucking retard could make $5,000 off of a game, you can make $5,000 off of a video game. Just don't spend fucking $85,000 on music and art and whatever the fuck else he spent. He threw the money away. Just do it on your own. I'm telling you. I mean, like, and the greatest part about the story is that he doesn't have any excuses. This is not a young guy. This is a grown man. He doesn't just have experience. It's not like he's only programmed websites his whole during the 13 years in school and everything. It's not like he never got his taste into what indie game was. He self-admittedly spent 3 years making Flash games. So he knew like how much those games made. He understood like how much work was involved in making them, and like you don't spend money to make those kinds of games. And yet he still, what the fuck? So yeah, and it goes back to what I was saying is like, I'm talking about how I'm wasting my time. It's like that time that I'm spending fucking around making some game that 15 people are going to play if I'm lucky. That time was just going to be spent getting high and, watching dumb videos and playing video games and eating great food, which is great. I mean, I'm making a sacrifice here. But I feel like I'm going to look back and go, oh man, I really wish I'd spent that time just getting high. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, because I'm gonna get high and make the game anyway. It's like I'm not getting. That's the other thing. I'm not getting high. I'm just not. I guess I'm not even know why I said that. The time is just not being spent eating or watching some dumb video, or documentary or whatever the fuck, hits the brain properly, so that I just forget the fact that that this is all bullshit. That reality is bullshit. Yeah, so I don't even know why I said that. Otherwise, the time is going to be spent getting high. Let's make that clear. The time I'm getting high. The only difference is I'm not watching dumb videos. I'm making some game that no one's gonna play. But I'm definitely not gonna throw away my life fucking savings doing it, and that makes me feel like I've won. Literally, that's all you have to do. You don't have to make any money. Make a game, or not. I'm not saying make a game. Whatever you do, whatever your dream is, just like this guy, go follow it. Go try it. Go fail at it, because you're not going to fail at it. Because what failure looks like is throwing away $85,000. That's what failure looks like. So don't worry about that. You've already won. You've already won, because you haven't fucking lost.